Hi, my name is Reggie LeFlore, and this is my art story. Started at a very young age as a self-proclaimed illustrator, cartoonist. I wanted to grow up and make video games and comic books. About 2010, picked up spray paints and learned a little bit about street art culture, graffiti culture, and kind of found that as a more accessible medium. As someone with graphic design experience, I found a way to make stencils out of my graphic design work and put them on canvases. And then eventually that went to wall spaces, big murals. A lot of the focus with the work that I do involves really just trying to tell unique stories of the people that I paint in a way that doesn't feel like it's scripted or that it feels like it's untrue to the person that I'm depicting. My favorite space to paint in involves the outdoors. I tend to work in warm or hot climates, shade, a lot of water. If it's an opportunity to where I'm around people that can see a lot of the stuff that I do, that's an added bonus as well. I love having conversations with folks that are just kind of coming by and taking a look at murals and it's just like, oh, hey, I've never seen this in action before. What are you painting? So a lot of the safety measures that I take on with my projects, anytime that I'm using spray paints, I make sure that I use a respirator. There are very specific respirators that you'll need. Mine is the type of respirator that clasps right on top of your nose and mouth, and then there's filters that are on the sides. Anytime that I'm using spray paint, especially in an enclosed area, I want to make sure that there's a barrier that's between the fumes and the oxygen that I need to breathe. As far as my big projects, anytime that I'm using a lift or a scaffold of some sort, I make sure that I wear a harness that makes sure that if I fall over, then I'm not falling just right on the ground. That's just gonna help me live a little longer, when I work on this project. Some of my recent favorite projects, the Timberwolves reached out to me a couple years ago after seeing some work that I had on a digital billboard. My tallest mural that I've ever done inside of their Target Center, that was about 44 feet tall, I believe. This was an opportunity for me to really just, paint black folks. A lot of what they do with the Timberwolves is supporting a lot of their black players and the culture and environment, that's surrounding basketball. And so I'm just thankful that they just keep calling me back and supporting my work. Second mural that I did with Traditional Connections, it was a project that was put together by Thomasina Topbear, where she got a bunch of incredible local artists, and the idea was to use this as a platform to show our connection, with street art and graffiti. My piece in particular was a couple different things. It was an ongoing collaboration with my friend Katie Thomas. She comes from the same hometown that I'm from, Omaha, Nebraska. She was also one of my early supporters. So she depicts this celestial being that is in touch with this civilization that's based on blackness and Afrocentricity and all of these different mythological figures from West Africa, which is an area that we share ancestry from. And it was an opportunity to talk a bit about the Pan-African flag and how that flag is something that connects all kinds of black folks from around the globe. I did a project that worked with some skateboarders. There was a big collaboration between ESPN, X Games, Hennepin Theater Trust, and Third Layer, that's based out in Golden Valley. Basically just this big statement piece, about the skateboard culture that exists here in the Twin Cities. And it was the biggest project that I've ever done. It was about 114 feet wide, 35 feet tall. And I had a small team that helped paint some of the bigger sections around the space and give me opportunity to kind of focus on the smaller details. And yeah, that would be my favorite piece. The tag that I put on a lot of my pieces of work once I'm finished is really an homage to graffiti culture, because a lot of what I learned with spray paints and the style that I take on came from a lot of pioneers of graffiti culture that really used spray cans as a viable art medium since the 70s and 80s. In terms of my signature, it's really just, an acronym for my name, Reginald Adonis LeFlore. I was born in 1986, so probably much older than a lot of the folks who are watching this right now. I think the best insight that I can give someone who's wanting to learn how to spray paint or really just do art in general is to just do it. Don't wait for anyone else to tell you. Just do it on your own accord, do it when you feel comfortable. The rest will follow suit. If you're under the age of 18, you'll need adult supervision, of course, to buy spray paints. Just play around with it. Embrace those mistakes. Embrace the art of failing. you know, because that's only gonna make you a better person. It's only gonna make you a better creative individual. You can find my work online. I have an online portfolio at www.ral86.com. I'm also on Instagram at ral86. Thank you for this opportunity, and to everyone that's watching, pick up a spray can and just start spraying. Just get to it.